Hello students, here is this video that I said I'd sent out that would help you with regards to converting radians to degrees, and then I will show you as well the other direction of converting degrees to radians. So here's an example of what our problem looks like. Okay, this time around we are going to convert, let me clear off my calculator screen actually, hold on. We're going to convert the angle pi over 3 radians to degrees. So over here on the right, we're going to go type pi over 3. You will write down what your starting value is. So I'm going to write it out as a stack fraction. And to the right of pi over 3, you are going to have two options. You're going to multiply it by pi over 180 degrees or 180 degrees over pi. You're going to do one or the other ratio because we know that the unit of conversion is that 1 pi is equal to 180 degrees. So the deciding factor is what is the ending unit that I want to have my final answer in. So we want to end up with degrees, okay? That's the ending unit that I particularly want to end up in. So that means that when I multiply pi over 3 by the conversion unit, I would like to put the 180 degrees in the numerator because I want to end up with degrees, and I am going to put the pi radians in the denominator by pressing second this button, the caret symbol, and that will give me the final answer. So anytime you want to end up with degrees, have the degree conversion unit in the numerator and the radians in the bottom. So when I hit enter, I'm going to end up with 60 degrees. I can come over here and just submit, okay? So again, 9 pi over 4. I will start with alpha y equals on this type of calculator. Type 9 pi. Whoops. Let me do that again. 9 pi. And then I'll arrow down to the 4. And to the right, I will multiply by the conversion 180 over pi again, because I want to end up with 180. I want to end up with the units of degrees. So 180 over pi. And I will hit enter. So 405 degrees. And I will submit my answer. And then we keep going. So that just continues. You keep doing that. And just notice that, your pi's are constantly being canceled. I'm looking to see, I was hoping that they would give another type of problem. Let me try one more here and see if they will give us another setup other than the one that they're giving us. So 13 pi over 4, I'm going to multiply it by 180 over pi. 180 over pi. And when I hit enter, 585. And let's see if the next one is the type of problem that I'm looking for. These are all by chance. Yeah, I think they're sticking to this type of setup. So let me go to the setup. I think in this section, they're just giving you the pure radian. They're not giving you any decimals. Let me see if in the next section. So I'm going to go back here. Let's go degrees to radians. Okay, so let's practice this one. So degrees to radians, you're still also going to type your given amount, and you're still going to multiply by a ratio, but this time, notice that your radians is the final measure that we want to end up with, okay? We want to end up with radians. So the numerator of my multiplier here is going to be the pi instead, whereas the denominator now is going to be the 180 degrees. So notice that now over here, there's just a flip from 180 over pi to pi over 180. Now, here they're asking us to round it in simplest form, okay? This is the type that I was trying to see if they would give me in the previous section. So if I hit enter right here, notice what's going to happen. They're going to give me an answer of 4.71 and whatnot, and I cannot put this as an answer because what they want is simplest form, and simplest forms means no decimal value whatsoever. So what do I do? So what I'm going to have you do is you're going to go up to your original problem, and instead of putting pi, I need you to put a placeholder of a 1. And what that does is you're telling the calculator, okay, look, I'm going to ignore the pi for right now. So pretend you're holding pi in your hand, okay? And remember, you're just putting it aside. You're not getting rid of it. That's part of the equation or part of the formula of converting from degrees to radians. So you're holding the pi, replace it with a 1. 1 is just a placeholder because if I multiply anything by 1, I'm not changing anything, okay? And I'm going to hit enter, and I'm going to get a fraction, 3/2, which is just this fraction, this and this fraction reduced, okay? It becomes 3/2. So I'm going to come over here to my delta math. I'm going to put 3/2, but then I am going to reinsert the pi that I was holding, and I'm going to hit enter, okay? And I'm done. And just to prove to you that what we typed was the correct answer, remember up here when we got this answer of 4.7? So notice if I typed 3 pi over 2 or 3 over 2 pi, whichever way you want to write that. So I'm going to put 3 over 2 pi. Notice that when I insert the pi, because if I leave it as 3 over 2, that's going to be 1.5. But if I put 3 over 2 pi, 1.5 times that number, which is like 3.14, notice that I am going to get the same number as I did up here, 4.7 and 4.7. So I know I did it correctly. So let's practice another problem here. Here's 690. Again, they're telling us to put it in simplest form, so they do not want decimal values, okay? So we're going from degrees to radians. So again, let me clear this screen off. I'm going to start with 690. I am going to multiply by a ratio or a fraction, however you want to call it. I want to end with radians, okay? So I'm going to put pi over 180. But then what I notice is that they are saying simplest form, okay? So if I hit enter, that's not simplest form because it is a decimal. So make sure you understand the difference. They didn't say round anywhere. Express in simplest form. If they say round, then you'll use this number. So I'm going to hit enter to copy and paste. I'm going to backtrack to my pi and put a 1 over it. I'm holding my pi. I'm going to hit enter. I'm going to come to delta math and type 23 over 6. And then I'm going to insert the pi by typing pi, or you can click here. By the way, you can type pi here, and that happens, by the way. And I should be good to go. That's it. That's all you do every single time. They're not giving me the problem that I want to do, which is aggravating me. So hopefully that won't end up happening. Let me try this again. I'm going to try again. My point is, wait, they want simplest form, so let's not do pi. Let's just do 1 over 180. And let's see if we get lucky here. 11/4, arrow out, type pi. Let me see. I'm waiting for one where they give us, yeah, I'm not having a lucky day here. So anyway, guys and girls, that's how you do these problems. Just keep working them out, just as you saw that I'm doing. Nothing, I'm not doing anything but just typing it out in the calculator, and I'm taking my chance here, doing one more problem and see if I get that one example that I'm looking for. So 1/3, so I'm going to do 1/3 pi. Again, if they say round, whoops, put pi right here. If they say round, just type it with the pi and you should be good. Yeah, they're not giving me any express and decimal values. It's kind of annoying. Let's see, I'm going to try a different class. Hopefully I can show you a different way. Give me one more second to try one more place. Let's go, where do I want to go? Okay, now I can't see. Let me open this up again. Stand by. Let me go tools, sample student page. Let's try 6 period. Let's see if I get lucky with the problem I'm looking for. Nope. Goodness gracious. No. Okay, well, if you get stuck on one, just reach out to me. I was looking for one that gives you just like -5 radians or -2.2, something like that. But they're not giving me one. But basically, this is what I wanted to say. Let's say they gave you something, I guess I can make my own up. Let's say they gave you something like -7 radians, and that was all they did. Just like that number, there's no pi with it. You will still do the same thing. So let's say you're going from radians to degrees. Well, you're still going to do alpha y equals. You're still going to put 180, because I'm ending in degrees, 180 over pi. And then when I hit enter, there is my degrees in rounded form. So you would round this answer. But if you did not want the rounded answer, again, you would just backspace, change this to a 1, hit enter. You're holding the pi in your hand. So your answer, what you would type in Delta Math is -1260. But this time, remember, the pi is in the denominator where you hit it. So in Delta Math, you would actually type it like this, -1260 over pi. So you would type it like this. So whenever you take out the pi and replace it with a 1, pay attention to where the pi was in the original place, because you need to put it back in your final answer in the same spot. All right, folks, that was it. I hope this helps. And as usual, reach out if you have any questions. Thanks for watching.